What is up, my dudes? We've got the Corporate Esports Association Dota 2 Spring 2019 tournament going on. We're in the round of 16, game number 2 of Amazon Deepdivers versus Amazon FishingBoatV2. Amazon Deepdivers, they got crushed pretty hard in the previous game, but already making some adjustments. Actually, FishingBoatV2, they banned the Bloodseeker. Deepdivers picked it last game, but weren't able to get anything out of it as an offlane Bloodseeker, but just got zoned out by a Naga and Grimstroke lane. There was some questionable decisions from Zillidan. He didn't buy any regen, but he also didn't skill Blood Rage, so he just got bullied out of the lane in the first few levels and then wasn't able to really get back into it. After he hit level 3 and he picked up Blood Rage, it got a little bit better for him, but he really should have picked up Blood Rage at level 1 if he wasn't going to bring any regen to the lane. Deepdivers, they banned out the Sand King, who was pretty annoying last game. I mean, Ember Spirit was the reason that they really took over the game, but they won all 3 lanes, so it's kind of difficult to pinpoint what exactly went wrong for Amazon Deepdivers. But other than that, pretty normal bans. Also, Shadow Shaman being banned out from FishingBoatV2. Though Shadow Shaman had pretty minimal impact last game as well. So FishingBoatV2, they got opened with Warlock. Warlock made it through the draft this time. This hero is incredible in this patch. The changes to Fatal Bond, so it affects 6 units at level 1 at lower damage shared as before. But if you think about like the overall damage share, it's like a lot higher. Grimstroke picked up for Amazon Deepdivers instead. So maybe you gotta pick Sand King as well. They banned out Doom and Sand King already though, so there's not that many combinations left with the Grimstroke that are at least the classic ones, even though Grimstroke is a pretty new hero, so it's not much in the way of classics for him. Lich is on the table. It's gonna provide them decent team fight against the Warlock, so they could go with Lich here. They're gonna go with Sven instead, so double Stormbolt is gonna be pretty nice. Interesting that they picked Sven so early. Sven got banned out in the first phase last game by FishingBoatV2, so these two teams probably practiced against each other a few times. And Jakiro picked up for FishingBoatV2. Revealing a support duo this early on. Also, having 2 like position 5s, none of these heroes are particularly suited to go position 4, because Warlock, he does well with a lot of items, but he needs the Ags and Refresher. Like, there's not that many items for Warlock to build. It's like, alright, well, do I have Ags? Yes. Alright, do I have Refresh? Yes. Alright, I'm done. But those 2 items are very expensive. It's pretty difficult for position 4s to acquire that sort of money. So maybe Jakiro will be the one to be the position 4. Although I could see Warlock going for a Midas instead. I think it's also pretty good that to put Warlock in the off lane, because then you can spam Fatal Bonds on the wave, and it's not, if you're playing safe lane Warlock and you use the Fatal Bonds to harass enemy heroes, your wave tends to push in a lot. But if you're playing in the off lane, you want that to happen. You want the wave to push in under the towers to make it harder for the enemy core to last hit under tower. That being said, Sven has a lot of base damage. I'm not sure if this is going to be position 1 or position 3 Sven. I kind of feel like the only way that Sven works right now is in the carry position. The changes to Warcry a couple patches ago, it's not as good for support or like non-core roles. But I could still see like position 3 Sven just buy a bunch of aura items and a blink to initiate. So that's like not too bad either. There's definitely some flexibility from the Sven pick here. Other than that, Morph and actually FishingBoatV2 banned the Morph instead of Deepdivers this time. I don't think I've seen Deepdivers play Morph yet myself, but we got wrecked by like my team got wrecked by FishingBoatV2's Morphling in a previous game. Although it was a last pick morph, and Deepdivers do have the last pick this time, so at least they're guaranteed to. Well, they should be guaranteed to win mid to some degree, unless there's a really big skill difference between Dream. I think Smile was the mid player last game. They're going with Naga themselves, so it looks like this is going to be a 3-position Sven. And I don't mind this too much. He's not really, you don't really think of Sven as a pipe builder, but he can go for it. Ember Spirit and Monkey King banned out as well from Deepdivers. Ember Spirit smacked them pretty hard last game, and Monkey King is one of those heroes that can also snowball pretty hard as well. Although Monkey King against Naga Siren, it's probably not the best matchup for Monkey. Although the Wukong's command is pretty nice against her. You get the 24 bonus armor, it's not bad.
Radiant team are now picking.
FishingBoatV2 are going to respond with a Spectre pick to the Naga Siren. They want to go late as well. And Spec Warlock, a pretty old classic lane. One of the problems with Spec is she get bullied out of the lanes, but you have a Warlock so you can keep healing her up and don't have to worry about this too much. But also a very early Spec pick. Saving the offlane for after, and I think I like this a lot because they want to see who the other support is going to be from Amazon Deepdivers before they go for the offlane. They want to pick an offlane who can completely dominate the Naga Siren in lane, make sure she doesn't have a good start. Although at the same time they can send Naga mid. It's a bit of an older school thing. I usually prefer safe lane Naga, but I know she doesn't do that well in dual lanes usually if she's pressured really hard. It's going to be probably Jakiro +1, and Jakiro does do a lot of damage against Naga. Although I'm pretty sure the mirror illusions dispels, so you can always dispel off the dual breath. Let me check this. Let's see. Mirror image destroys projectiles, is invulnerable. Applies the basic dispel, so you can dispel the dual breath with just the mirror illusion. So probably not the best hero to go up against Naga. Although if you use the dual breath after she pops the illusions, then it's fine, and can pretty quickly take out all the illusions actually, because the dual breath does 100 damage at level 1, 200 damage at level 2 total, and these illusions take 350% damage. So it's level 2 dual breath should take out these illusions for most of the game. Venge picked up for Amazon Deepdivers. This is interesting. There's a lot more minus armor coming out as well, with the Riptide and the Wave of Terror. That's pretty nice. Venge isn't the strongest support to help. I think it's going to be Grimstroke and Sven in the bot lane, and then Naga Venge in the safe lane. And Venge isn't the strongest support. She can get bullied pretty hard. Jakiro can definitely 1v1 the Venge in lane. So, for an offlaner who can bully both Naga and Venge, I think Tide could be pretty good, to be honest. Because you can always just anchor smash the illusions away. They take a ton of damage from that. Also gives them another nice bit of team fight.
Radiance ban.
They're gonna with Echo, Earthshaker instead. I don't really have high confidence in offlane Shaker as a concept. I think it's nice that he gets farmed, but he doesn't. He's not your traditional offlaner, right? But could work. The Aftershock is going to be pretty strong against the Naga Siren in this lane because it does a pretty hefty amount of damage.
5 seconds remain.
Also an easy way for Jakiro to help set up his ice paths. It's way easier to land the Earthshaker spells than the Jakiro spells. So Naga and Venge are going to feel a bit of pressure in this lane. Zeus banned out for Amazon Deepdivers. I think that makes a lot of sense. Although they don't really have a frontliner other than the Spectre. Spec will eventually get tanky enough that she can frontline, but in the mid game they don't really have that because Earthshaker, like I said, is not really your traditional offlaner. He usually wants to stay in the back for quite a while and then find an opportunity to get a good Echo Slam. So he's not the one who wants to go in first. Usually you want the fight to kind of start and then have the enemy kind of group up on a target, and then you jump in with your Echo Slam afterwards. Pugna banned out for FishingBoatV2, so they could be thinking of an OD pick here. Didn't really work that well against the Naga Siren last time. I feel like it didn't really do much though. But Smile got completely crushed in lane, so just OD kind of fell flat in general. Go with Lina instead. I guess that also makes sense with the Pugna ban. So not again, FishingBoatV2 don't really have a front liner until the Spectre gets a lot of farm. Also, it's mostly magic damage coming out as well, and maybe this lane's going to go for a right-click heavy build, but early on at least a lot of magic damage coming out to deal with the also AoE magic damage as well to deal with the Naga illusions. So it's going to be pretty tough for these Naga illusions to stay alive for most of the game. I think she's going to have to get a heart before they can tank through like these fishes, dragon slaves, dual breaths. And Viper picked up for Amazon Deepdivers. I don't think this is a very Viper favored matchup against Lina. I mean, TA was still on the table. If they had TA, that would have been a pretty nice pickup for them as well. Because doubling down on the minus armor, I guess the main problem is they don't have much teamfight. But Viper doesn't really provide teamfight either. I think not picking TA was probably a big mistake here, because they could have completely crushed the Lina in lane, and Lina's not one of those heroes who can really come back into the game after a bad laning phase. But instead they're going to pick Viper, and Lina's going to have a great lane. You just gotta favor Amazon FishingBoatV2 again. They crushed all their lanes last game. I think the side lanes aren't gonna go as well as last time, but Lina should be able to completely crush this Viper and snowball the game a little bit. That smirk on Lina's face. Not a Lina spammer apparently. No Dota Plus relics. But let's hop into the game. On the side of Amazon Deepdivers, we got Dreamcaller on the Vengeful Spirit, Smile on the Sven, Debug this on the Grimstroke, Anathorn on the Naga Siren, and Zillidan on the Viper. On the side of Amazon FishingBoatV2, we got Yuki on the Warlock, Gundam on the Earthshaker, Pika on the Spec. Sometimes when we touch on the Jakiro, and Gunden on the Lina. So Gunden had a fantastic game last game, and honestly, he's pretty set up to get another fantastic game. If he can pick up an early Shadow Blade, he can just instantly assassinate this Naga Siren every time. Because with a new Naga build, the heart comes a little bit later. You definitely need to build a Diffusal Blade first for the damage output, and then usually you want to go for a Manta as well, but I think she's going to have to go straight for a heart after the Diffusal. Otherwise, her illusions aren't going to stay alive long enough, and she also won't have the HP to survive Lina's burst combo. Grimstroke with the early point in Stroke of Fate. Again, not going Inkswell level 1. I do think... I mean, the cast range is pretty small on Inkswell at level 1, so it's kind of annoying to use. But they're going to be able to zone the spec off this rune. Meanwhile, Venge, she uses a stun way too early, and Yuki ends up getting the rune anyway. Bit of a misplay from Dreamcaller there. They could have gotten 3 bounty runes, but it's going to be 2 for 2 instead. Also, this level 1 Fatal Bonds in the off lane as well. Actually, they're going to tri-lane the Naga Siren? No, Yuki's going to TP top. They can't leave the Spec alone. This Spec's not one of those heroes that can go in a Sailor lane. I would have appreciated, maybe I would have sent the Jakiro top instead, but the same time, Jakira, there's not much he can do to contest these two heroes. It's pretty scary for Jakira. Instead, he's got to focus on pressuring the Naga and Venge. Alright, well, he can use the dual breath now. The mirror illusion's been used. It's down for 45 seconds. And Gundon gets the solo kill on the Viper under the tower as well. He guess he got like pecked away because Lina with the incredibly long attack range, 670 against Viper's 450? Oh, 575 actually. I feel like Viper used to have small range, but I guess not. But anyway, didn't even need a light strike array for that. I'm not really sure how Viper died there. Alright, Gundon and Zillidan, they're gonna duke it out here. But Lina, she's got another Dragon Slave soon, and she's also walked out of the Nether Toxin. So it looks like Zillidan's gonna go down again. And he just TP'd back into the lane. Oh no, this is going even worse for the mid lane here than last game. Gundon off to a fantastic start. Already level 3. He's got a bottle on the way as well. Not really seeing this dual breath being used that much. But the mirror image is still on cooldown. So she can't dispel this dual breath. And Naga doesn't have that much HP. You gotta burn through her regen and then she doesn't have much left. Warlock's doing a pretty good job of keeping the lane balanced, even though he's been spamming out the Fatal Bonds. He didn't bring that much mana regen with him though, so maybe he's just completely out of mana after the first few casts. There's a haste rune at top, and Lina's gonna pick up a bottle with it, so it's she's back close to full mana as well. It's gonna be nice for her. I mean, she can just run at the Viper now if she wants to. Once she gets level 4, the point in Light Strike Array should be pretty easy to get the kill. Although she has to hit the Light Strike Array, so that's not simple at all. Zillidan taking a lot of harassment here. Yuki gets the kill onto the Sven. Sven dies all the way back here. And Gundon with another kill on the Viper. And she'll be able to get out cleanly as well, using the haste rune to get away from the tower shots. Also the fairy fire to keep her alive for a little bit longer. So already a killing spree for Gundon. Level 5 against the level 3 Viper. Oh no, this is bad. Viper is also a hero that doesn't. I mean, it's gotten a little bit better with this like max Nether Toxin build, but he's only put 2 points in 1 point in Nether Toxin. So this mid lane going really poorly for Amazon Deepdivers. Zillidan, he's feeling the heat again. Actually, 2 points in the Fiery Soul, no points in the Light Striker either. It's just not something I feel like we don't see too often. Zillidan, he would have gone down to that Dragon Slave if he got hit by it. Regen picked up by the Venge, so we'll be able to snipe the rune away from the Lina. It's pretty nice for her. Pretty nice for Amazon Deepdivers. Alright, and yeah, I mean another Dragon Slave will finish off the Viper. Viper didn't have any regen. He didn't use the Sal for some reason as well, even though he was like really low HP for ages. I mean, just that Dragon Slave will finish him off. Dragon Slave does a lot of damage as well. It's a bit buffed. Actually, I feel like he used to do 320. S-Shaker getting run down here, but it's the 5-minute bounty runes. He drops in the Chant Totem. That's his stun though. He can grab the bounty rune. Anathon will be able to grab it this time. Gundam, he's in a bit of trouble, but he will be able to make it out. He's pretty tanky. So it's gonna be 2 for 2 bounty runes. Yuki managing to grab one of them from the other side as well. But Zillidan, he's in so much trouble. I don't know how useful he's going to be this game because he's already having a pretty terrible start. Lina already level 6. I guess the level 4 Viper, she's almost level 7. Inkspell comes out, but a bit of miscommunication there. They still get the stun on the Spectre, but they don't get the full damage output from the Inkswell. And Smile, he's stuck here now. He has to cut his way through the trees. He will eventually do so, but he took a lot of tower hits doing so, and he's on half health. It's like Dreamcaller is going to try and set up a kill on the Lina. But Lina, she is going to be pretty tough to take down now. Has a chainmail and almost done with the phase boost as well. Invis picked up, so she's going to head top with the Invis rune. Invisibility. And she can definitely instantly assassinate the Sven here with just the Laguna Blade and then take out the Grimstroke afterwards. So let's see how Gundam decides to do this. Instantly assassinates the Sven, and Debug this is just going to get taken out by right clicks. Double kill, unstoppable for Gundam already, off to another fantastic start. And Anathorn getting dove under the tower here. He's only got 30 HP. He's gonna eventually go down. One more hit from Yuki will finish him off. And nice mission block from Gundam here. Gets the block on the Dreamcaller, and Dreamcaller's gonna go down as well.
Radiant's bottom tower under fire.
Fate's Boost now done on the Lina, so she's gonna hit even harder now. Although not as hard as the old Phase Boost. Used to give plus 24 damage, now it's only plus 12 to ranged.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
Oh, nice Fisher. And Ice Path set up as well. So Anathorn, he's gonna go down again. Unless he can get this kill onto Gundam, but he shouldn't chase for it, because now he's gonna get Earth Enchant Totemed. And Anathorn, he TP'd back into lane and he gets taken out again. Dreamcaller also just TP'd back into lane, in a lot of trouble here. I don't think he's going to be able to get the kill onto Earthshaker either. Actually, he will be able to, so it's a pretty decent pickup for Dreamcaller, but ends up going down. Anathorn having another really rough start. He was feeling a lot of pressure from Gundam on the Pudge last game, and this game, the Earthshaker with the 2 points in an aftershock, it's pretty annoying to deal with. So offlane Earthshaker build is usually 114 and then 144.
Radiant's middle tower is taking damage.
Viper getting chased down by the Lina. Another Light Strike Array will finish him off. Wicked Stick on Gundam now. He's having such a great start. Also an Illusion Rune to fill up his bottle. Spec is chasing down the Grimstroke. It's pretty rare to see Spec on the aggressive. But 6k gold lead, 8 minutes into the game. This is even worse than the last game. Viper just boots. Not even thinking about an ASOS. Nice Fisher block onto Anathorn, and Anathorn's gonna go down. He doesn't skill Song at level 6, so he's not gonna be able to get out. Another Ice Path comes out, and will be able to be finished off. The Catapult gets it, actually.
Radiant's bottom tower under fire.
So Spec is actually going to go for a drums. Looks like Spec wants to get involved early on, because he probably knows that his team is really far ahead. The 2 lanes, bot and mid, are being run quite convincingly, and they're not really stopping the Spec from farming. Spec is actually 2nd net worth, so I would consider this a 1 lane as well. Usually if you don't completely crush the Spectre, that's considered a win for the Spec, because usually if Spec is on the same level of farm or ahead, then that's like when Spec is really strong. But the main thing is she's not very good in the lane, so usually she falls behind in the laning phase. Debug this, he could have gone for the other one if he wanted to, but maybe feeling a bit scared. Another Invis rune for the Lina. So Lina, she's just gonna go Invis again, and see who she decides to blow up this time. Dreamcaller, he's got a sentry, but a Laguna Blade Light Striker will come out and instantly blow him up.
Feed the flames.
So Gundam gonna go for a Blink Dagger now. It's about halfway there. And Yules is almost done with Lina, so she no longer has to land these like raw LSAs. And except for the Naga Siren, there's not really any way for anyone to get out of them. I'm pretty sure you can't really mirror image the light striker rate off. I'm not really sure when the invincibility frames kick in, but the cast time for this is pretty long. She's invincible while casting. Okay, so maybe you can just spam the mirror image and then dodge the light striker ray that way. Nice deep board from Yuki. And the drums is done on the spec, so they're going to look for a team fight here. They've got the golem now, so drop the golem, haunt in, pop the drums, and this golem's going to wreck everyone as well. Viper Strike onto Yuki here, but he's just going to be able to walk out of there. He's got a Shadow Word as well to heal him up. Not even going to waste it. Alright, there you go. And Gundam's here now as well. Doesn't have Blink Dagger yet. He's pretty far off still. But he's here for the stuns, and he just walk up and Echo Slam people as well. Nice Light Striker Ray into the trees. Hits Smile, and Smile, he's trapped by the Fisher. A nice Fisher block from Gundam here. Haunt comes out with the Rock as well, so Viper in a lot of trouble. Yules into an Ice Path setup for the Jakiro. And Gundam will get a kill on Zillidan. He's godlike already at 12 minutes into the game. Yuki's Golem's taking a lot of damage here. He needs to not lose the Golem. There's still 30 seconds left on it, and he didn't heal it up in any way. Bit unfortunate there. So Warlock is going to go for, oh, he had a Midas queued up, but he's going to go for Ags now. He's changing his mind a lot. Gonna go for a Glimmer Cape, just a cheaper defensive item. He's the position 5 this game, it seems like, so it's gonna be quite a while before he is able to get any items. Yule's done on the Jakiro now. They used the Yules from Lina last time to set up the Ice Path, but Jakiro, he's got his own now. And this game is looking even worse than the previous game for Amazon Deepdivers. Almost at the 1k gold per minute disadvantage. That is pretty much the point of no return. They're also up against Spec in the late game, which is super scary for them. And Spec is off to a pretty good start. Probably see him go for Radiance next. Alright, well, Earthshaker, he gets Viper Strike, but he's not going to go down here. The waifu gets called onto the Earthshaker, so he might eventually go down here. Smile wraps around with a stun. He'll go down, but it's a 5-hero rotation for an Earthshaker. And meanwhile, top lane is being taken, so they get the kill on Earthshaker. Don't know how much gold they got. They only got 390 gold out of it. It's not the Lina kill. If they got the Lina, I think that would have been worth it, but not the Earthshaker. Earthshaker wasn't on a spree. Also, Jakiro is somehow overtaken the Naga Siren in farm.
Radiant's top tower is under siege. Radiant has lost their
top tier 1 taken out by FishingBoatV2.
Dire's middle tower taking damage.
So Lina gonna go for a Shadow Blade now. Once she gets this, she's gonna just keep hunting the Naga Siren and take her out every time. Although she has a lot of Wraith Bands. There's a pretty hefty chunk of HP to get through. But I think Lina definitely has the damage for it.
Radiant's middle tower is being attacked. Dire's bottom tower is being attacked.
So Viper, he went for 2 Wraith Bands instead of going straight for the Atos. I just want some extra stats. And Sven, he's going for an Echo Saber, but I don't think this is the way to go for his team. His team needs some initiation, so I would have liked to see a Blink on this Sven. Or even just like some tank ability items, a pipe, or something else. He's the offlaner, he's not the carry this game, so you probably shouldn't be going for an Echo Saber. He needs to make space for this Naga Siren to get into the game. Oh, nice dodge of the stun from the Jakiro.
Dire's top tower is under siege. Yep, still killing.
Right, Beyond Godlike on Gundam now. He has his Shadow Blade. He just takes out Debug this pretty quickly. And spots the Viper. Nice Light Strike Array. But no Laguna Blade, so this Viper should... okay, another Yules comes out. A Light Strike Array is available, and he manages to get it. So Beyond Godlike again, another kill for Gundam. Shaker, thinking about the Fisher, he actually didn't go for a Max Enchant Totem. Instead, it's got to go for Max Fisher. Interesting there. I feel like in offlane OES you normally see the Max Enchant Totem. Hort comes out onto the Sven. Nice stun to buy some time, but looks like he's going to eventually go down. Ice Path comes out as well, and I'm not really sure how he got that kill through the Warcry. It wasn't the Desolate pure damage, but gets the kill regardless. Maybe that was the last hit of the Warcry. It's level 3 Warcry though. Interesting. So, interesting Fisher block there, keeping the creeps away from the tower so they don't do any damage to the tower. Probably not intended.
Radiant's middle tower is being attacked.
This nice Observer Ward as well. Doesn't get de-watered when you place one on the high ground. It's a pretty nice spot.
More fuel for my fire.
Arcane Rune on Lina now. She's also coming in with the Shadow Blade. Let's see who she looks to assassinate first. But everyone from Deepdivers. Okay, he's just gonna spot out the bench and instantly blow her up.
Radiant's middle tower is taking damage.
I will say they don't have much push on the side of FishingBoatV2 again. Lina eventually is able to push, but you don't really want her to be the one attacking the tower because then she has to like expose herself, and she's pretty squishy still. Even though she has two defensive items, like two potentially defensive items. And Jakiro didn't max out Liquid Fire, so isn't going to be able to spam Liquid Fire on the tower. A nice Fisher block will stop Sven from being able to retreat, and Smile's going to go down here. One more hit. Oh, actually the Jakiro finishes him off. So now they're going to be able to take this tower after the Sven is down.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
Blinked under the Earthshaker now, so Echo Slam is off cooldown, but I don't remember seeing the Echo Slam. It's fine. It's all been the Gundam show so far, to be honest. Pika almost done with the Radiance, has the money for it now. Oh, actually, I think the cost went up recently. It's like 100. Yeah, okay. No, she had the money. Anathorn gets instantly assassinated by the Lina again, so now that the Shadow Blade is out, there's not really that many safe places for the Naga to farm. It's pretty scary for them. The supports on Amazon Deepdivers, they should stop buying items to spend the rest of their money on sentries, because that's kind of the state that this game is at. You need to get rid of all the enemy vision and make sure that this Naga won't get ganked in the jungle by the Lina. Because if you have detection and you see the Lina coming, you can always just Stung TP out of there.
Dire's middle tower is being attacked.
Nice Observer Wall to spot the 3 heroes from Amazon Deepdivers, but they're not going to make anything out of it. The ultimates are all back up for the side of FishingBoatV2, but okay, the Radiance finally delivered, so it's time to fight. Jakiro, he uses himself to dodge a Storm Bolt, but now he might actually go down here. Chaos Offering goes down, and his Hort comes in, so that Grimstroke is going to die. Jakiro goes down as well, but Zillian's going to get taken out for this. And Smile, he's going to be left behind as well. He actually manages to walk his way out right past the Spec, but Spec will be able to finish him off. Triple kill for Pika, and Anathorn gets picked off again by the Lina. And looks like Venge is going to go down as well, so a full team light for FishingBoatV2. And definitely ownage is underway. 4 bounty runes as well, so 22k gold advantage, and this game is very grim.
A pleasant, if fleeting sight.
Naga, she's almost got Diffusal Blade, so her damage output is definitely going to spike here, but they don't really have the lockdown to keep these heroes in place, and they need to find solo pickoffs as well. I don't think FishingBoatV2 are going to make that kind of mistake. Most notably, they need to get the Lina. She's actually gone for a Spellcaster build, interestingly enough, so after the Shadow Blade Yours, going back for a Kaya and now into an Ags. I mean, at this point, Gundam can go for whatever he wants to. It's their team is so far ahead. And I mean, there's a lot of spell amp. If she picks up the level 20 spell amp talent, these Laguna Blades are gonna hit for like 1100, 1200 ish. They're gonna hurt.
Radiant's bottom tower is being attacked. Radiant's bottom tower is demolished.
So we'll see how FishingBoatV2 want to close out this game. They could go for Roche. It's like a early enchant totem into another enchant totem. They can maybe take out this Sven pretty quickly. He doesn't have a whole lot of armor, so if he gets caught out without the Warcry on, then he will get blown up by this Earthshaker. Although it's only 2 points in the enchant totem. And throws out the Wave of Terror onto the high ground, spots out Gundam. But Gundam is invis here and waiting in the shadows. Anathorn, he's got to walk up the hill. Oh, they don't spot him out. But Anathorn, he's got to go down here. Oh, the invis runs out from Lina and the sun comes out as well. So this is actually probably the best opportunity for them to take. 3 heroes are at top, but how are they going to do this? Echo Slam might come out. Nice Soulbind onto the Lina and the Spectre, but Hoy comes out and the Naga gets instantly blown up. That was all their damage. Gundam eventually goes down here, but the Spec is here to clean up now. They don't really have anything left to take out the Spectre with because no more damage on the table. 2 buybacks from the supports, maybe trying to get this, but Zillidan, he's slowly ticking out. They're actually going to get Pika here, but Gundam will finish off the Sven in the meantime. So it's just the supports now up against the Earthshaker and the Warlock, and this Golem just wrecking everyone. Unstoppable for Gundam. Unfortunately, they did actually manage to get the Lina and the Spectre, so that's all things considered, probably one of the better fights they could have taken. They actually almost came ahead in gold instead. If the excluding the buybacks, they would have gone way ahead in gold. Who got the kill on the Lina? Oh, I didn't even see. I think Sven got the kill on the Lina, right? He's gonna go for a blink now. He has a pretty healthy amount of gold now, but their team is still so far behind. 26k gold behind. Jakiro is still ahead of the pack.
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
Also buying a Kaya now, so Liquid Fire can do bonus damage against the tower. Although he did pick up the attack range talent. Atos will come out onto the Jakiro, but he's just going to be able to walk away from the Viper Strike. Also, Viper go for a Blade Mail next, just trying to reflect these Laguna Blades, I guess. It's probably the easiest way to kill the Lina right now. Lina's not really thinking about a BKB either. It's going to be the downfall of Lina, honestly, if she doesn't pick up a BKB. Grimstrike is going to get taken out by the Jakiro slowly here. This Kaya doing a lot of work with the plus 8% spell amp as well. And he's also got the dual breath talent. And Zillidan's going to get taken out here as well. So this Jakiro also doing a ton of damage. It shows he's very high in net worth. He's just been clearing creep waves with the max dual breath. So this dual breath, what is it? It's 147 damage per second over 5 seconds. So that's, let me think about this one. So it normally does 400 per second. So it should do like 500 per second. No? No, not per second. So it does 600 total normally, but it's gonna do 700 total. That math makes more sense. So, FishingBoatV2 gonna take Roche now. This should be pretty free. There's not really any way for them to contest. Unless they get a good song. I don't think Roche is affected by songs, so they can take out the Roche during song. Actually, I'm not really sure about that one. And they've changed it a few times. But anyway, this Roche is gonna go down here. It's gonna take quite a while because they don't really have that much physical damage other than Lena. But Lena is going for a magic build, so she didn't build like a Daedalus or anything. Also almost has Ag, so it looks like she's gonna pick up the Ags before the next high ground push. Zillidan getting run out here. And sometimes, alright, so Zillidan gets caught out by the Yules, Ice Path, and the Light Strike away. He gets swapped out by the Venge, but a nice Fisher block won't be able to stop them from getting into the base, unfortunately. Yeah, so the Song of Siren doesn't affect Roshan. They had maybe a small chance to take it if they were able to get the song as Roche was really low and then steal the Aegis by killing the Roche while everyone else is asleep. But that's a very low percentage chance play, and usually what will happen is you get team wiped afterwards anyway if you're this far behind. So playing the safe option. Yeah, so Jakira, he didn't go for the attack range talent, so he won't be able to siege this tower from the low ground, but all this spell amp means his liquid fires do a ton more damage to the enemy tower. It's actually
top tower is under siege.
It's actually like an extra level of liquid fire damage. It's not too bad. Lena didn't pick up the spell amp talent on level 20, so not going all in on the spellcaster damage. It's pretty interesting there. Ag's now done on the Earthshaker, and this is going to be pretty fun to watch from him. A big smoke from Deepdivers, but doesn't look like they want to. I mean, they probably shouldn't fight because Lena has the Aegis. There's no way they can win this next fight. They need to just find pickoffs and split up the map. Naga, she's working her way towards a Manta Star, but this is kind of the point of the game where you decide if buybacks are worth it. Warlock gets the D ward, gets stunned up as well. God Strength pops, so Warlock, it looks like he's gonna eventually go down here, but the Glimmer Cape will buy him some time. Looks like he will eventually go down. He drops the Golem before he dies, unable to get a Fatal Bonds, but the Haunt comes out now, and a big Echo Slam for the Earthshaker will take out Debug this and Smile, and Song comes out. The swap will wake some of them up, but they don't have any TPs, so they're just going to continue to get chased down. You can't run away from this Earthshaker. He's got Blink and Ags, so he's going to blink forward. He's going to use a Fisher, and Naga Siren will get taken out here. 4 heroes without buyback. Naga has buyback, but she can't do it alone right now. She's not strong enough yet. So high ground push now for Amazon FishingBoatV2.
Structures are fortified. Radiant's top tower is
And they can take this one pretty quickly now. The extra attack speed from the Fiery Soul talent, also max enchant totem now, and this liquid fire as well, not to be underestimated in terms of tower damage.
Radiant's top barracks has fallen.
So at least one Reign of Rax. There's no song to set up the next fight, so maybe they're going to continue going for this.
No more middle tower for Radiant.
They still have the Aegis, and Spec, she's pretty invincible as well. Manta dodges the Atos. And 2 lanes of Rax claimed. Oh, nice. Oh, a nice Blade Mail reflects onto the Lena, but won't be able to finish her off. It looks like she will eventually go down here, but it's just the Aegis. So Viper giving his life away for the Aegis. A nice 3-man enchant totem onto the enemy team. Naga Siren goes down again. Naga instantly buys back. Venge goes down as well. The Grimstrake's going to get taken out here in a few hits. And it's just the Naga and Sven Best as well. Gets Life Striker rate and they're going to get taken out and get a dieback for the Naga Siren. And this game is going to be over. GG's called. And Amazon FishingBoatV2, they completely dominate their BC team, I guess. So fairly expected here, I think. They just got crushed. I mean, not much else to say about this. So Amazon FishingBoatV2, they'll be playing up against Google Team A in the next round.